No, I don't think she's actually a culture vulture. I'm actually a fan of Amelia and the Chicken Shop Date series episode interview.
Do you believe in conspiracies?
You mean something that's completely not true?
Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
I can't say.
Do you believe in aliens?
All the info isn't in on that, is it?
Do you believe in life after love?
Yeah, but it's rough.
But this conversation is extremely volatile and a very prominent conversation I think we need to have. I think it's one of the most important conversations the UK is to have.
Are we on the cusp of a massive change in our politics? Sky News can now reveal the latest polling projection from YouGov. And here it is. It puts Reform UK on course to be the next government and Nigel Farage on course to be the next Prime Minister. Reform UK.
Okay, maybe not that important, but there is something about this conversation that involves intersectionality, about black women and women, black men's response to it. There's many dynamics to it, many moving parts, socio-economical, institutional racism, the glass ceiling everyone speaks about. There's a lot of components to the success of Chicken Shop Day and why it's successful, but we're going to explore. Okay, so before we get into the episode and really dive deep into this, please do me one massive favor, and that's please like, comment, share, and subscribe. In order for the channel to grow, it will need your support. So do me a favor, like, share, comment if you enjoy it. Even if you don't enjoy it, put into the comments what you didn't like. I take all recommendations, even the rubbish ones. That's a me problem. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Flirty person?
Not really, I get straight to the point.
I like that. So what's the point today?
You tell me.
I thought you were going to get to the point, but should I get to the point?
Yeah, you get to the point.
Would you want to be my boyfriend?
I want to say Amelia, the last name I struggle to pronounce and I will not embarrass myself, who created the Chicken Shop Date, in part with her cameraman who helped with the video editing and the clipping of it. It's an amazing show. It's funny, it's charming, it's got a genuine quirk to it. There are many aspects about it that make it what it is, and I really think she's a pioneer in what she does.
With everything that you've said, like, it's been so amazing to see both of our journeys and how there's so many similarities to what we do, but we have our own lane completely. And I don't know, I'm such a fan of your interview style and how you've made it really your own, and how you get... My favourite thing to do is get a different side to a guest, and that's exactly what you do. You're so well researched, and it's just really like top tier. You take it seriously, and so do I, and it's just been amazing to be here today, and thank you for inviting me, because I was waiting for you to make the first move.
I know.
And the reason why I want to quickly cut out the claim that she's a culture vulture is because she would bring some of these drill artists or UK rappers before they really hit their, let's say, mega peak.
And then there's been other ones like with UK rappers like AJ Tracy and H. I've sort of caught people at a time before they really became really big.
Yeah.
And that is something that I always try and do with the show, is like, it's not just about getting like the biggest A-list stars on. That's never how it was in the beginning. It's about choosing guests who I really respect, their music, what they stand for, and people I think that other people should know about.
She spotted the talent, she helped promote the talent, she's mentioned that herself. She seemed a genuine fan of their music, genuine. You can hear the appreciation, not just in when she talks about how much research she does, but when she references it in a joke. She takes a lot of time with her jokes, a lot of time with the props. I think she brings out a certain je ne sais quoi in some of these drill artists, some of the sometimes overly macho, overly stoic personas that they had. The one with Digga D is genuinely charming. The one with Heady One, funny, charming, showed a side of him we hadn't had seen at that time. My personal favorite is the one with Cadet. R.I.P. God bless the dead. It is genuinely a charming episode. You see the charm of Cadet, the charisma that made him the star he was and is, but you also see her charm. They had genuine chemistry.
Even 6, 7 were easier to get hold of, and they never leave South. Still laughing.
It is fun. It's important to say that because there's going to be loads of mea culpas, loads of me saying, but I like her. Despite the fact that she's really good, because I don't want this to be a criticism of what she does. She's sort of a victim of her own privilege.
What I said was, it will be nice if these rappers would give the same level of support that they do to grassroots level black programs as they do to the white platform.
You see, that quote from ZZ really comes at the heart of my question today. Could that success be achieved if she was black?
Boy ain't no way, boy. Boy ain't no way, boy. Boy ain't no way, boy.
I think it's hell no. I think there's some obvious aesthetic reasons why. She's in a notoriously urban environment, a chicken shop. She's a white girl, a white middle class girl who speaks and appears very middle class. She comes from a certain background. That aesthetic, paired with the drill rapper that is the typical roadman working class environment. Yes, a lot of them had uplifted themselves. That aesthetic is a big part of the selling point. Her being genuinely funny, it being well put together, also is a massive selling point. At the time, you have the Chicken Connoisseur. There was this sort of nostalgic revitalization of the chicken shop. There was a homage to it at the time. How much people were talking about the Chicken Connoisseur, or for example, Chicken Shop Date. The reason I believe Chicken Shop Date far outlasted the Chicken Connoisseur is because it was about the interviewer interviewing the person. The Chicken Shop Date was the aesthetic. That's to her credit. But there was something to watch these awkward interviews. There was something about the awkward white girl and the awkward roadman.
Oh my God.
Let's not act like that was not a part of it. Let's not pretend. And that being a black person, a black female in that space, would it have worked? Hell no. It's just as simple as that. It would not have worked. I employ anyone to put into the comments and challenge me. I highly, highly doubt it would have worked. I've had friends say to me in the past, if she was middle class, the black girl herself, by the way, they do exist, it would have worked? No. It specifically works because of her white aesthetic. Yes, she's funny. I'm not saying she's not, but it works because of its white aesthetic. But let's give her credit. She was funny, the jokes were timed well, and it was well put together. She has reached a level of success that no one from the presenter space has reached. Many people who speak about the glass ceiling, whether that be male, female, light skin, dark skin, they speak about the proverbial glass ceiling.
Seems to be a ceiling in the UK for how high you want to go and be yourself. If you want to be hosting Match of the Day like Gary Lineker, I can't be there with Supreme, Travis's, chatting slang, being authentically me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm from Tottenham, grew up in Wood Green, and the further I got in the football world, from doing England, Premier League, all of these things, TalkSport, I found myself being like molded.
Terms you will often hear, but it's not limited to what they will be told is, it's too niche, too urban, not mainstream. These to me are codes for too black. This is what presenters see. This is what other artists see.
I don't like niggas, you feel me?
I agree with you.
I don't want to talk to niggas.
It's similar. Sorry, it might be a bit divergent, and for the crowd, it might be a bit niche. But I'm going to say this. It's similar to claims that what other artists have received as criticisms, white artists who are in predominantly black spaces. Some of you will think of Eminem, but Eminem didn't receive the same level of criticism as Elvis Presley. He is the original of a white person sort of, not going to say cosplaying, but taking a black aesthetic, black music, and popularizing it due to simply his whiteness. He received many, many criticisms from his peers, but he also received praise. People saying that music is universal. There will be people, mostly men, which I'll get to, that will say Why am I hating?
Don't matter if they're black or white. Man, don't watch colour or race or nothing.
What's wrong with her doing this date? It's genuinely funny, which I keep saying. People have the same support for Elvis Presley in the 70s when he essentially cosplayed and took black music. However, that statement is inherently unfair to him. His biggest detractors will say that. Some of it is due to bitterness. But the truth is, he was a massive fan of black music, grew up in a black church, grew up around black people. Similar to Amelia.
Okay, do you know what butters means?
That sounds like I want to give you a snuggle.
Butters.
I'll give you some butters.
No, it means you're ugly.
She didn't grow up in a black church, as far as I'm aware. But she is a fan of the culture, hence why someone like Dimsy will be on the show.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because he knew 7 was after him.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
7, 8, 9.
good one.
Hence why someone like Bando K will be on the show before they massively blew up. She is a fan. However, these criticisms point out the glass ceiling that people who do this, people in black spaces presenting, are not afforded the sort of mega stardom that she, or Elvis, in the case of the example, received. Elvis was seen as the king of rock and roll, a sound he didn't create or revolutionize. All he did was bring it in front of a white audience. Amelia has been carte launched into A-list celebrity. Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Garfield, Paul Mackelson, never quite sure. Idris Elba, Damson Idris. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that is not afforded to her black counterparts, who are equally, in my honest opinion, sometimes even more talented than her. Even the fact that her first guest was Getz tells me she was put into high status. She was put into a room. Many people have to earn their way into that room, and it's important to bring that to the conversation. Some people may say, is she mocking black men, the road man?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think that criticism is probably the harshest, if I'm being transparent here. I don't think she is. It does work on the quirk. The best jokes often point out what no one is mentioning or everyone says quietly. A lot of road guys, I can say it verbatim, are slightly awkward. The conversations can be weird. Put that in a place, in a chicken shop, it has a very urban feel. Her middle class whiteness, let's be real.
God.
Just help bring that into a mainstream audience. It made the joke funny, it made it accessible. And the reason why I think she worked so much is because she never strayed away from making herself the joke, being the goofy one. Hence why I genuinely believe her best episodes are the ones with a Digger D, with a H. People who genuinely come from that environment. I did enjoy the one with Andrew Garfield. It was funny. It was hilarious. Some people loved the one with Paul Mackelson. I thought it was all right. I do think that awkward white girl sort of vibe that she had worked best against people from the actual culture. There's been many imitations of her. That kind of awkward, quirky comedy many people have done. I've seen it with athletes, which were genuinely funny.
What's your stance on masturbation? You do it? What's your stance when you do it?
Power stance.
Wide legs?
Yeah. An old coach told me masturbation never gets out of hand.
But one that failed to really take off was Bobby, who had the Greatest Everything podcast. Sorry, I've quite forgotten the name, but here's a clip.
Okay.
What do you do? That's the question.
I interview people.
Why?
Because I want to get to know them.
Why do you want to get to know me?
I didn't.
You did.
Your team reached out to mine.
Don't cap. Let's not cap about that. That's not flex for the gram. Uh-oh. CAP. Flag on the play. Cap.
What was that? Are you trying to make a song right now?
No, it was cap.
Okay. Wasn't.
You should
Actually,
try to make a song.
I honestly don't know how this came about. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me either.
Okay, well, my team could have reached out to yours. I'm not gonna. I don't want to make you look bad.
They had to show me.
The reason that didn't work, the reason that fell under so many criticism is because A, Americans are more aware of social and class politics, just putting it out there, or more willing to speak about it. B, she didn't have the same or present the same sort of love for the culture that Amelia did. Let's have it right. Number one, the premise of her joke, Bobby, was she didn't know the artist. Who are you? Sometimes it was funny in the case of Drake because obviously you know who Drake is. While in the case of Offset, it just came across as bad taste, unfunny. Even the Sukiyana one, which is hilarious.
I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
However, to me, it had its moments, it had its charm, but generally didn't think it was what Amelia was. Amelia screamed that she loved the people's music that she was interviewing. She was clearly very researched despite her awkward disposition. And from everything she says, it came from a genuine date. Okay guys, it's time to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, excuse me. Good morning.
Why is this such a contentious subject? The most contentious subject in the UK.
It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Just kidding. Obviously, it's not. It's not that deep. But why is it so contentious? In one part, because she has big male defenders.
Pause.
Black men always defend her. I've made tweets. My friends have come at me saying, why am I picking on her? Gig said the same thing.
How come niggas are going on this chicken shop, chicken girls thing and not coming on black girl shows? Who the fuck is not going on anything? Man just went on, man won't go on the thing, man go on what they want to go on, innit? You know them ones like, just because no one wants to go on your show, don't be talking about, fucking go on for the black girls and that. You know what I'm saying? No one ain't fucking not helping black girls. You know what I mean? So you can't just say no rapper goes on. What the fuck do you know? Who's
said the same thing about ZZ. They're cool, they get on, they're past it. Even Gig said it.
Everyone don't think nothing. Everyone don't think nothing. Look. Both arms.
In his rant there, that look man, stop picking on her. He was trying to be fair, but there was this sort of colorblind approach that black men had discussing it. I'm not trying to sound like a pick-me. I will defend black men when I need to, and I will get onto them when I don't need to. I'll get onto them when I need to. So I'm not trying to be a pick-me, babe. It comes at the very heart of race and race politics, especially in the UK. There seems to be a divide. Black men seem to talk about race when it's obvious, it's overt, which is linked to their socialization. Black men's experience with racism tends to be obvious, overt, violent, criminal, very clear and very clear cut. While black women's tends to be more, I want to say require a bit more emotional intelligence, but I don't want to say that as if black men are not emotionally intelligent, but they may not be as keenly aware to the nuances in this sense, where black women's could be passive aggressive in meeting rooms, things said, jokes made. It can be in tone, context.
I'll invite you, do the makeup.
Why you want to do makeup?
I'm just trolling. You know I'm trolling. But last time you do look better with the makeup. Sorry.
With the makeup?
Yeah, with.
Okay.
Laughs. It's far more subtle. So they will be more keenly aware of subtle microaggressions than black men. The world is definitely improving, but I still think some of the outcry, some of the pushback that I've received, and I've seen ZZ Mills receive and most people receive for having this discussion, when no one is criticizing her, we're criticizing the system that allows her to be in a certain space and no one else. She deserves her space. She deserves to be there, but why is there no one else from the same environment or the same niche that she came from? That's what we're really saying. But that nuance is difficult to have with a lot of black men because it's not overt. But the thing about it that's disappointing is when you talk about music and the glass ceiling of music, it's as if everyone wakes up to it. Is it perhaps because it's more overt? Is it perhaps it's more black men in that space? It's difficult.
No, there's like Stormzy's and all of that.
There's a ceiling, bro. Ceiling, bro. Let's get
Alright, cool. Let's say there's a ceiling.
It's a glass one. You can see through it.
You can see through it, but you can't. You really have to shatter it if you want to get through it. But
and this comes down to another aspect of this conversation, which comes from Du Bois. Sorry to quote him, but I shall. Du Bois talks about double consciousness. In his reference, he talks about being both black and American.
One ever feels his two-ness, an American, a Negro, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, two warring ideas in one dark body, whose dogged strength alone keeps it from being torn asunder.
In this consciousness, we're talking about both being black and being female. Zizi pointed out something here. And she said, why isn't it the same for other presenters specifically or specifically, depending on your flavor? Why isn't that presented the same for other black women?
I think it's funny that black men love to say they don't see race with everything when it comes to love, when it comes to work, when it comes to the entertainment business. But when it comes to the police, that's all you lot are crying about. Oh, it's because I'm black, it's because I'm... And you have every right to, because, yeah, you are unfairly treated by the police because of your race. But fucking keep that same energy in it. When it comes to black women talking about stuff, it's, oh, you lot shouldn't see race, it shouldn't be this. Keep that same
Instantly, men get their back up because they do love women deep down, and sometimes we're not aware of the nuances of your struggle. Also, we're not as aware of sexism. We're not as aware of the bias. I genuinely believe some of the defenders of Amelia Chicken Shop Date is because they find her a bit of a fetish. Let's put it out there. It's a bit of a fetish. The white middle class girl in the black aesthetic. Let's have it right. But also that double consciousness, both being black and being female, understanding that they are being put in one bracket for being female and in another bracket for both being a black woman. It's ironically some of the frustrations with the Ginger J situation. That is a situation you probably all know about it. If you don't, I'll put this little clip here.
Here's why I don't date black women. Nah, I did that. You wanna no? Here's why I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot. I'm listening. Because you lot don't like to fucking listen. I'm listening. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when
place?
you get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were
Watch
cheating
this.
on you.
Stay in your fucking place.
That's why they cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know. And that's why I'm never going to be in your pom-pom ever again. I'm not with black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
Listen. Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh, wait, you just, wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot?
What kind of
bullshit? Go, where's your hair?
But one of the biggest reasons why black women were in such an uproar around that is because, yes, he was being very rude to black women. He was denigrating them, putting out microaggressions, which if he wasn't his grace, it would be racist. It was dangerous. It wasn't a healthy conversation. But it is his opinion. I do not believe he should have been cancelled. I think he should have been put on a timeout. I don't agree with Marks firing him. I believe he should have been put on a timeout. That is my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I never agreed with what he said. But the double consciousness works in this sense. Sorry, waffling a little bit. We'll get back on track.
You're a clown.
The double consciousness works in this sense. Black women, blackness being attacked by their own, even more damaging. But also, there was a bunch of black men in that room allowing it to happen. So they were both a woman being affected by it, by the aggression of men, and black women being affected by the aggression of institutional racism, racist thoughts onto them as well by their own. That's another example of the double consciousness. Funny enough, the Victoria girl who was trying to lie on the guy's name for she was lying and accusing him of R. Here's a clip.
In all reality, you're killing yourself with a fake rape charge. Can I tell you what? You're gonna have to put in energy to get a fake rape charge across. But if it doesn't go according to plan, it'll bounce back on you, and it'll be. Obviously, they will have medical.
I've done all this. There's evidence. I've been in my clothes. He banged me, babe. Like, we had sex, yeah? And he's denying that he was even there.
How can you do that if you got arrested in your house?
No, so one was for.
Yeah, but this is what I thought about. This is what I was filming. I thought about him.
Because I know I hate him because he's so much like me. Like, it annoys me.
But Victoria, listen to me carefully, yeah? Your thing, your skill is that you can detect a victim you want and rape them. That's what you do. You enjoy doing it. Rape charge doesn't mean you've got a victim involved.
No, it doesn't.
It just means
I've just got one over. That's all.
Yeah, but it means you got desperate that you weren't able to hurt him. You pulled a fake rape. You know what I'm saying? So
that's still gonna hurt him. He hates that. And the thing is, he's gonna go out continuing to fuck up girls' lives. Yeah. With an assault charge and a rape charge, he'll think twice about what he does next time when he meets the next girl.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's a fake rape charge. So what do you want from that?
He lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine.
Works there too. It works there too. It plays into two aspects of manhood for black men. It plays into their blackness because they would be criminalized more, and it plays into the women's feminine role seen as weaker. So automatically the accuser will be seen as the aggressor without fair trial. It works in both ways in an instance. So anyway, while I've waffled about a double consciousness, I just want to make it clear how often double consciousness works, how often you have to view things in its intersectionality is the correct term, but in the sense that women, blackness, black women and both being a woman happened in the Ginger J situation. I believe it happened with the criticism with Zizi, and I believe it happened with Amelia and some of her protectors. She's both being protected for being a woman and being protected for being a white woman against their black female counterparts, which is double because they are women and both black. We're moving on. Sorry.
People in general, but especially black men, understood that a lot of the times our anxiety as black women shows up as irritation or aggression, but we are not necessarily angry. We never really get that pass to be like, you hear about white women tears, but when a black woman cries, she's looking for sympathy. When a black woman is irritated or has an anxiety or is overwhelmed or is overstimulated, she's with an attitude. When a black woman needs help, she doesn't get help. So when we go out and get the help that we need to get, then we're too masculine and we shouldn't have done it anyway. And we need to depend on the same men that say that we're not desirable. So I wish we as a culture dived more into the mental health.
Ultimately, what is the point of this video? Me just talking to you, but also to highlight how there are institutions that promote certain people and other people, stuff you already knew, but sometimes it can happen underneath your nose. Sometimes I think we can be unaware of institutional racism. That is not to say that Amelia is this cunning woman who put herself in this space because she knew it'd work. She probably had no idea. She worked really, really hard. It's to highlight what was afforded to her level of success. Do not downplay it. She interviews A-list celebrities. A-list celebrities is only afforded to her because of her whiteness. She's not the best ever presenter in our space. She's a good one. She's a great one. But other ones who are equally as talented do not break through that glass ceiling, and if they do, it's not as reticent as her. The level of success she was afforded isn't often afforded to her black counterparts, male or female, but especially in this case, because I use the ZZ clip, female counterpart. Yes, you'll probably say, hey, there's black females interviewing A-list celebrities, but typically they're coming from they're working alongside and co-sign bigger establishments, bigger white establishments. So what can you take away from this? Feel guilty for watching Chicken Shop Date or entering the black hole of watching those short clips that are hilarious?
Well, go on.
Absolutely not. Enjoy it, but also recognize that the success that she got wouldn't be afforded to her black counterparts, number one. Number two, be aware of it. And we should do more to promote our own talent. I'm not saying not promote these people. I'm saying promote our own. if you just think about people in the black space alone, Amelia's received more black support than Zizi's received from her own black counterparts. I don't want to do Zizi versus Amelia as well. It's unfair, but it's just easy because Zizi's one of the people we've spoken about. But support our own more. Be aware of this, and also be aware for black men, because I had to learn this myself, that sometimes microaggressions can go over our head because they are far more subtle, and we're not socialized to read subtle cues like those as often as our black female counterparts. So when they're bringing it up, whether we agree or disagree, take our time to listen.
No, I ain't got time for it no more. Dead that.
Enjoy the content, enjoy her content, just recognize its space and its privilege. Or funny enough, if it was Eminem and I made this kind of conversation about, everyone would have got it. But it's interesting that this one has been the most divisive, at least from my tweets. I hope that made sense. I hope that wasn't too much jargon. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like, comments, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the episode. Put into the comments why. If you didn't enjoy it, put into the comment why. If you felt like it was a little waffly, also put into the comments why. I will work that out. Anything else you did like or didn't like, also put into the comments. Anyway, I've had enough time with this. I've enjoyed talking to you. And oh, what's this underneath? My nose. My mouth.
Can you describe your perfect woman?
I would probably say the face of Tiffany from EastEnders, the body of prime Vanessa Feltz, no thigh gap. I want the thigh chafing, friction, burn. And personality of the old chick from Bake Off. You know, I like bossy women, so.
Mary Berry.
Mary Berry. Just her personality. She's I like bossy women. You know, I like to be.
She's not even that bossy.
No, she's like put a flower. You know, I like that. I could imagine me and her. I like to be emotionally dominated.